Hey guys, it's Mr. T here. Just going to do a quick video on Photoshop, opening it up and do a screen walkthrough. Typically you go to your start button and in the list of programs you would see Adobe Photoshop here. You may also have a shortcut somewhere on your desktop. I already have it open. When you open it, you're going to see a welcome menu and it's going to show recent projects. You can open one of those if you select it, or you can do something like this to create a new project. Okay. When you do that, up at the top here, you're getting a list of types of projects. Okay. So photo, print, art, illustration, film, video. So let's suppose that I'm going to work on a logo project. Okay. So 7.5 by 5 or 7 by 5, 300 pixels per inch seems like a good option, right? And I can just do something like this, logo project. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. 7 by 5. And I've got my orientation here. So either portrait or landscape. Okay. 300 pixels per inch. That's good. RGB, that's for a screen. CMYK if we're printing. Okay, so make sure you double check what your output is going to be. Okay, it makes a difference about the color situation. RGB is for screens when you want to get bright yellows and greens, etc. If you do CMYK, you're not going to get the same brightness because the colors just aren't the same. 8-bit's fine. You're going to get a document probably in 20 megabyte range, 8-bit, and you can move it up 16-bit, 32-bit, etc. I would just stick with 8-bit. Okay, it'll be fine. White background, great. Create that. Okay, when it opens up, you're going to see the main object, which is your workspace. This is the 7 by 5 inch image. Okay, normally you also will have extra panels open over at the side, especially if it's the first time opening it. You're going to see this Learn panel. If you want to access some of these tutorials, you can also go down through here. Okay, I'm going to close this up. You'll see the double arrow here to close it up, and I'm just going to leave open these windows to help me. Okay, this here, layers, is the most important part of Photoshop. Okay. There's an old saying, layer, select, do. Layer, select, do. You always want to be on the correct layer. Okay. Of course, there's our workspace, and then up at the top, we've got all of our typical pull downs, file, edit, image, layer, type, select, view, window, etc. Okay. Each one of them will have some typical commands in it. And then if it does have a shortcut key, you will see it here beside it, and it will tell you what the shortcut key is. Okay, so file, we're going to see our new and open or close, save or save as, an export. Okay, edit, we're going to have our undo, redo, cut, copy, and paste. We could be doing our transform, which is all of our movements and squishing and stretching and all that sort of stuff. Our warps, our fills. Okay. Image, we can do our image adjustments. So these are things for primarily photography. So brightness, contrast, saturation, black and white filters, those types of things. You can get into changing the image size, the canvas size, those types of things. A layer pull down to deal with your layers. Okay, a type pull down to deal with your typing. Select. So this here, deselect. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, this will be one of the most important shortcut keys you're going to know. It's Control D. Okay, filters for applying filters to the entire image or to different layers. Okay, view, going to be important for showing our rulers and for showing guides. Okay, that's going to be great for doing layout. And then last one we'll look at from these pull downs is our window. You've got your workspaces here. The default is called Essentials. If you lose a window, then you need to come back here. Maybe you'll see that some of these are gone. Okay, So I can uncheck these. If you need a layer back, you can always just go back to your default and oops, it will come back. So let's go to Reset Essentials. Okay. And now I'm going to close up this Learn window and get back to my regular screen. Okay. Over here is our toolbar. Very important part. Okay. For the tools, when you hover your mouse over top, it will tell you the name of the tool and it will give you a little description of what it does. And in some of these, in fact, it gives you a picture so that you can kind of see what it's doing. Okay. And as we move our mouse down, you're going to see what the different tools do and allow us to follow through on things we want to accomplish with our drawing, okay, or the picture or the text or whatever. When you choose a tool, once it's selected, you'll see up at the top of the screen here all the different factors for the tool. Okay, so these marquees, this is the shape, this is the type, the way the marquee is going to be run, etc. The move tool, you're going to get your transform controls, you're going to get different modes and different variables you can modify. Okay, so every tool, when you select it, it will give you all the variables that you can modify here across the top. Okay, underneath each tool, if you can see this little tiny arrow, that means there's another tool underneath that's related to that one. If you click and hold on those ones, it's going to reveal the different tools underneath. Okay, so click and hold, and then you can see the different types of tools. And if you want to switch, then you just slide across and switch over to that tool. Okay, so anytime it's got a little arrow here, then it has a tool underneath, and you can see, I think pretty well every tool has something underneath except our frame tool here. Okay, and it looks like the zoom tool only has the zoom tool. Okay, and of course, again, I picked the zoom tool, and here is our ability to zoom in or zoom out or whatever. Okay, down here there's our color picker. Okay, if I were to click on the top one, the foreground color, I can scroll through different colors. Okay, I can move myself through this rainbow, and then I can choose a color based on where I click my mouse. Okay, so you can go also black, white, and gray, or to the color that you can pick here. All right, makes sense? And that's what's going to appear here. Okay, over here in our layers menu, when we start off, it gives us a background layer. Typically, you can double click on that, and when you do that, it'll call it layer 0, and now we have the ability to modify this layer, add things to it, etc., etc. Okay, and you also have some repeats of things. You've got your color picker here, which is kind of an offset. Well, it's this tool here, but it's over here. Okay, so you can use either spot if you like. Okay, so quick walkthrough on the Photoshop screen, and in our next tutorial, we're gonna start working on a project. Okay, have a good one.